This is the International Art Doll Registry podcast, and I am Leslie Duthie, and I'm here asking Bambi an important question today. My question is, do you see going live being the answer for 2026?
Okay, well, let me tell you something that I have just recently noticed. There's a sculptor that I follow, and I watch a lot of her videos. I think she's overseas, like in Russia or some East German country, Ukraine, somewhere over in that area. She goes live every day at the same time for about 2 hours. Sometimes when she goes live, you'll sit there waiting for her to show up for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. During her whole life thing, she talks a little bit, but not much. Sometimes she has music playing in the background, but it's really just an over the shoulder shot of her sculpting. She kind of has a little sign there that says what she's sculpting today. Once in a while, she'll talk, and a lot of times there's not very many viewers. Sometimes maybe only five, sometimes there's maybe 10. I think at the most I've ever seen is about 20 or 25 viewers. But afterwards, she gets tens of thousands of views. I don't know if people are watching it for the whole 2 hours. I don't know if they're skimming through it. For me personally, I do a lot of speeding up of videos. I have been planning, as I've mentioned 50 million times. I'm an excellent planner. I want to give it a try. Today, I'm going to be sculpting a dragon. Do your live video at the same time, like have a regular schedule. This person looks like she does it every day.
First question is, this is the thing I found out with doing the live for the Instagram, is the IDR, because I had to start that over from scratch. We did not have enough followers to host live. I have to host it under my personal account because we had to have at least 1,000 followers. Does YouTube have to require that certain amount of followers to go live?
You know, now that you're mentioning that, I'm not really sure because I hadn't tried to go live on any other platform, so I didn't really think of that being a criteria. Now, one thing I can say is when I go into my YouTube studio, it wants me to go live. It keeps sending me ideas about going live and suggesting that I go live and then I give it a try, but I can't imagine they'd be pushing it out to me if I couldn't do it.
You're telling me that you don't have 1,000 followers then?
Correct.
Because I don't necessarily get into YouTube Studio. I use other sources to create my videos, and then they come back and post them on YouTube. I will have to
Yes.
check out the YouTube Studio.
I do the same thing. Go into YouTube. When you go in there to upload a video, you're in YouTube Studio. And there's a button up there that says go live, something you can kind of click on and do in Instagram.
Do Instagram, yes, you have to go to the Reels and then you have to click on going live.
Okay, and you have to have a certain number of followers to be able to do
That
that.
you do have between now and our next time we talk. I'm going to check that out because the reason why I'm bringing this up is one of the things, you always have all these predictions as far as
Hmm.
where's networking going to go in 2026. My first reaction is, how are people going to know what's real? And I think people are going to want to engage in live feed more so that they feel like what they're watching is truly real and
Yeah.
that they're really getting it from somebody that understands what they're talking about or showing them how to do something. The first thing that we can do to combat against our product being overtaken by AI, but it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
tool. It's not what I want to replace me.
In the beginning, it was easy to see what's AI, and there's a lot of stuff that's easy to see what's AI, but there's a lot of stuff now that you're like, is that real?
Oh,
Or
I
is
know
that
it.
not real? So it's harder for them to tell. So I think you're
Yeah.
right. I think going live, people are going to be looking for those kind of things to that they can trust that more. Something I want to research a little more to see.
Have you
And
heard of
they're
Twitch?
long. I use that. I have a couple. First started sculpting, and I was looking for videos anywhere. One of the people that I watched a lot kind of moved to Twitch, and she doesn't post any videos on YouTube anymore. All she does now is Twitch.
Apparently more and more artists are moving over to Twitch. That's something that I'm researching and checking out as well.
There's a lot of gamers over there.
Started it, but that's what it's evolving into, is that more and more people are moving because again, it gives you real life contact. And for like the artist, you can either see my work and how I'm doing it, or you can learn. It also helps us to reach that younger generation because of the fact that we say that we get into our niche, that all we keep doing is hitting the same age range as doll makers
Hmm.
because we're the ones that think dolls, but our younger ones are thinking gamers and figurines and stuff. So how
Mm-hmm.
do you make that transition? Well, you go
Mm-hmm.
into the medium and let them realize dolls are still just larger figurines. It's a way to reach that market that's been kind of exclusive.
That you can talk to the actual artist. You can talk
Mhm.
to people in the comments. So I definitely see that as trending up for us.
Pretty much leaves YouTube and Instagram, and then whether or not this Twitch works.
The other thing I plan to do this year, expand on my Patreon account. I have a Patreon account and I have a few people I subscribe to, but I want to start putting some other content up there. I want to, especially for Patreon and Twitch, I want to do more research. I want to know who owns them. I
That's
never
important too
thought about those
because
things before, but now I want to know.
Twitch also offers that patron type of experience because people will leave tips and things like that, supposedly, or pay subscriptions with it. So that gives you another avenue for money. But I agree with you. It's nice to know who's owning this. The other thing is because of that, I am a big fan of Blue Sky because of the fact that it's not owned by just one branch of it's owned by several different like-minded people. And so it's really easy for you to find your own niche and not feel like you're being censored or pushed into a little box. And so somebody actually is doing a beta site of where you connect your Twitch to Blue Sky.
Oh, yeah, I definitely need to do some more research.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel that way now. I feel like when I look at the diagnostics of my website and my Etsy page, almost every single one of them comes from YouTube or
Mm-hmm. Well, and
something like
that's
that.
my goal, especially with us trying to push the IDR convention coming up in May, getting some activity also going to my website. And so I was really surprised this week, and on my numbers, 80% of it was coming from Pinterest. And
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't even posted on Pinterest in almost a year.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
kind of like, really? 10% Pinterest, 2% Facebook. I post on Facebook every single day. Now tell me what's going wrong with that.
Oh, that's the number one place I get click-throughs from, and YouTube.
Did the IDR year end event of for everybody that entered the show, and there should be another way of being able to post that.
You need to really get a handle on the YouTube live before the doll conference so that you can go live while you're there.
Well, that's I would like to check that out, but I know we also will be doing live with the Instagram. But yeah, I would like to do some with YouTube. I think you and I are going to be talking a little more about that as we go
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
With us doing MIDA beforehand, that's going to give us a lot of exposure for just sheer numbers. We've already have roughly about 13 vendors signed up, which is more than what we had last year. Getting some good feedback. I wanted your feedback on what you were figuring with the live because I do think that that's one that we're going to need to explore. I think it's building that trust. It's building that
Yeah.
connection that people are going to need from us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. The other thing I don't know about, I want to look into is once you've done the live feed, is that then a video that you can then edit and post elsewhere or post shorts from? Because that's the one thing I really love to do. When I post a video, I love to post shorts that are clipped from that same video. I mean, the best resource you have, for making shorts. It will kind of ding you for posting the same video again and again and again. But when you take snippets from your video and then repost them as shorts, it doesn't really pick up on that.
You do get a video from the Instagram live. The thing is that you've got to figure out how to get it off your phone to edit it, unless you're going to edit on your phone. In my case, since I do all
Oh,
mine on a computer, I had to figure out where it was hidden, but I did find it. And yes, once you find it, you can definitely edit because then that's how I got it out there on the YouTube channel. That's why we do our little podcast so we can share what we know. So hopefully
yeah.
somebody doesn't have to go learn all that stuff. I would say that we are going to sound like we're going to talk more about live coming up,
Yeah.
especially she said it's going to be a great way because February we're going to be live on Instagram. I'm going to be live with Maria Diana in Italy. And then I know we're going to be doing another live one in April with the MIDA. So yeah, I would also say that maybe we might try to have to see about what we're going to get into with YouTube, dear. So I think
Yeah.
that would be a fun adventure.
I hope
So
2026 brings fabulous things in more
yes,
ways than one.
we will put that out to the universe, dear.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Live in this year of 2026.
I know. Oh, exciting.
More live than what we are right now, anyway.
More life.
Thank you for joining us. And please start following us on Instagram so as to not miss out on some of our live events. I will put the Instagram link in the comments below.